What's up YouTube? Today we have a flawless haircut and beard trim. We're going to be doing tapers on my client here, and then we're going to be fading that into the beard. So right now I have my Babyliss Skeleton FX, setting my initial guideline in. Then going to the back, setting my initial guideline in the back. After I set in my guidelines, I like to come in with my shaver and bald out everything underneath. That way everything's nice and smooth. Now, normally how I start off my fades or my tapers, I like to debulk everything first. That way I get a good clean canvas. So here I am with my metal detachable 2-guard, just debulking everything, getting ready for a nice clean canvas to start my tapers. Here I come in with my clipper open, setting that initial guideline, and then I come in with my clipper closed, attacking that initial guideline step by step. And then I also like to do the beard as well as a reverse taper, that way I save time on the haircut. I always like to come back with my trimmer to get that initial guideline out of the way. That way it leaves a flawless fade. And here I come in with my one closed, just setting my initial guideline back in, and then I also like to take my one closed on the beard as well. Here I come in with my half guard halfway open, tacking that a guideline with the one closed that I made. Little by little I lower the notches, and then I take out that guideline. And then also I like to do this with the beard as well, taking out any dark spots that I made. After I think I'm done with the taper, I like to go over, look at the mirror, detail with the corner of my clippers, open, closed, just lever play, get out any dark spots I see with the taper, and then I like to also line it up before I start getting into the bulk of the haircut. After I line up the temple area, I like to go around and line up the neck area as well. After I line up the neck area, I like to take my shaver close to the lineup as I can, getting out all that stubble, making the haircut last a little bit longer. Now for the nape area, you could see he has a low occipital bone, so I like to take my taper a little bit lower in the back for this client, but it's still the same steps: clipper open, clipper close, attacking that initial guideline. After my one guard, I like to take my half guard and then take out that second guideline. While I'm using my half guard on the back of the taper, I also like to use the half guard a little bit more open. That way I can detail some of the dark spots in the back of the head. Here I am lining up the other side of the neck area. Now I like to do this because I kind of see this as the bread and butter of the haircut, and I kind of see that this is like the hardest part of the haircut, where barbers spend most of their time on. And if I do this first, I don't have to come back and do it again. So pretty much the same thing as the other side. Clipper open on the beard, clipper closed. Just taking out that initial guideline. Here I come with my trimmer, take out that any stubble that I left over for the initial guideline. Here I am using my one closed all the way to one open. And then now using my half guard, taking out that second guideline. Here I'm lining up my client C cup, and then after I line up my client C cup, I like to go back and line up my client's vertical bars, just because it'll make the haircut pop a little bit more, and it looks a lot nicer and cleaner and sharper. Now that the taper portion of the haircut is done, it's time to go back into the haircut. Here I am with my 1.5 open. I know we use the 2 metal guard, but the 2 metal guard is shorter than the 1.5 closed. So here I am with my 1 open. After I'm done using my 1.5 open, I like to come back and clipper over comb, feeding right into the bulk of the haircut. Now, clipper over comb, if you're newer to barbering, I would recommend using a 1 guard. After using clipper over comb method, I like to come back with my thinning shears, just removing any of the weight that's on the side of the head, blending in real nice to the top of the haircut. Now getting into the shear section part of the haircut, I like to saturate my client's hair with water and hair tonic. That way it adds volume when you blow dry the hair. So right here we're going to be taking off about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch worth of hair on top. Also, if you guys are wondering where I get my beats from, I get them from Control Beats with a K. That's Control Beats on Instagram as well. Give them a follow, man. Now moving on to the beard, my client gets a 1 closed all over the beard. After lining up my client's neckline, I like to use my corded masters to detail the fade into the taper. After I line up my client's mustache, I have a specific clipper for mustaches. It is the Wall Senior with the Filthy Blends mod for the Andis Master Blade. That way my client gets a true one on the mustache. Before I throw the hot towel on my client, I like to prep the skin with hot shave lather. That way it ensures a nice clean canvas for the skin and a nice clean lineup as well. While you're using the razor on your client, be sure to stretch the skin in the opposite direction of where you're lining up. That way you don't nick or cut the client with your razor. While lining up my client's beard, you'll notice that I actually go around his ear area and the neckline. I also like to hit that with the razor as well. That way he has good crispy lines. After the haircut is all finished, I like to go back and blow dry, style the hair, hand the client the mirror, see if there's any imperfections. Here I am going back over the beard with the one, just in case I missed any flyaways. As you can see, this haircut came out really well. Tapers are on point, beard is on point. The client is definitely feeling himself. If you guys really enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. I am also on Instagram and TikTok as SliceandDice619. I really want to say thank you guys for watching my first YouTube video. If you can, drop a comment if you'd like any more content. Thank you.